Hello and welcome to Treecat Reacts. Your hosts today are Michelle and Lucie. They're about to react to a really interesting video. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome content. Without further ado, enjoy the show.
Hi!
Hi there.
It's Lucie and Michelle.
How you doing?
Treecat. And today we're reviewing a video that my mom found. She drove me here about thrifting.
Yeah.
She drove me here specifically to watch this. It's
Get a
8 minutes
reaction.
long. So it is called What's Behind a Thrifting Boom Among American Shoppers. So let's dive
right
into this. All right.
Secondhand clothing is a multi-billion-dollar global industry. It's projected to grow about 3 times faster than the overall apparel market. Ali Rogan is back with thrifters from across the country explaining why they do it.
John, whether it's out of passion for pre-loved gems or a desire to save money or shop sustainably, there are many reasons why people are turning to secondhand shopping, and in some cases, sharing their tips and tricks with others.
Before we go, fun fact about reselling. It started way back in Victorian era where it was really expensive to have clothes made for your body. There wasn't a lot of clothing specifically made to fit everyone or sizing, so they would have to get tailored. The only things that were universal were like shifts women would wear. And so what would happen was there would be people who would buy the clothes or get them donated for free, and then they would go and fix them up. They'd get them mended, they'd get them re-dyed if they were black, and then they would sell them again. The thing is, it was a big thing because they thought that clothing was naturally dirty and disgusting. Used clothing could carry disease. And so people thought it was a really, really gross thing. It wasn't until around early 90s that it became something that was like more popular, more okay. In the 70s, it started to flip, but 90s when it became a booming reselling industry. So that's a fun fact.
My name is Macy Eleni, and I am a content creator and author based in Los Angeles.
Hi, my name is Ugochi Waneri, and I am a vintage and thrift stylist.
My name is Helena Kim, and I am a content creator focusing on thrift flips and restoration.
My name's Emily Stokel, and I am the creator of Pre-Loved.
I grew up in Ohio, raised by a single mom, and the thrift store was really the only place I had to go express myself.
I started thrifting as a kid out of a necessity. It was a affordable option for my family and I back then.
I do believe that economic uncertainty does play a huge role. I can speak to that.
You could speak to that. Economic uncertainty causing issues with reselling.
2008 was really tough for a lot of people, and that's when I learned about thrifting. And you would always lose your coats as a little kid, and I was like, I can't pay another $150 for another coat, so I would go get thrifted coats for you.
That's fair.
After you lost your first one that I would buy.
At least you can't lose a stand-up base.
Yes.
From my own personal experience, being a lifelong thrifter,
when there is a state of uncertainty, particularly economic uncertainty, people are maybe worried about cost of living, like the tariffs, they might choose to shop secondhand.
I think a lot of people, especially in this country, were kind of raised thinking new and young equals better and old and used equals bad. That's not true at all, and we should be reusing these resources.
Yes, you can restore something. You can take that sweater with the hole in it and turn it into something that you would actually cherish and wear.
Give thrifting a chance because you just never know what you may find. And who doesn't love saving money and finding quality items for half the price?
I hear messages from people that are in these situations and maybe weren't in the past and now need to learn how to thrift their clothes and shop secondhand. So I am happy to be here to hold their hand and shimmy with them along the way.
I'm joined now by Manish Chandra, the founder and CEO of Poshmark, an online fashion resale marketplace. Thank you so much for being here. We heard in this clip how some shoppers say that they began thrifting out of economic necessity, but it's really become a passion and in some cases even a business. What brings shoppers and sellers to the Poshmark platform?
But if you think about what we all have is we all have a closet, and literally everyone in America has a closet that has some spare clothes that they don't need.
Clothes on the ground.
And there's always someone who's looking for it. So when you combine these two things, Poshmark offers a way to both shop and sell right from your closet.
We've been talking a lot about thrifting, people looking for ways to save money in the context of these recent economic conditions. But
you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Depop is the one that's being marketed as sell directly from your from your closet.
Poshmark's always.
I feel like when I look at Poshmark, it's people who are reselling in mass. And bulk.
It started. Yeah, it started out with just people.
But would you say it's moved to be more?
No, it has both.
But of course, thrifting, resale clothing has been rising in popularity for years. To what do you attribute this gradual rise well before this current economic environment?
I think there's three trends shaping the rise of resale. First is, I think when mobile and our iPhone and Android phones started to sort of rise, they led to the fact that it was very easy to merchandise and sell everything in your closet. Second is social media. When you think of social media, you wear an outfit, you post it, it instantly gets obsolete. So the need to...
That is something I'm not the biggest fan of about all of these reselling platforms. It feels like you can just endlessly scroll and then you can get sucked into buying something you don't need or want.
The search is not great on these marketplaces, but it's going to get better with agentic with AI going agentic.
I'm actually concerned about AI because I feel like they're seeing what I've bought in the past. And I'll look up like orange sweater, right? My husband needs an orange sweater for some event. I look up orange sweater. It's showing me jewelry because it's known I've known I've bought jewelry in the past. I'm like, I don't want to see jewelry. I just want to see the orange sweater. Right. And I don't know how to get rid of that because it's ruining my experience.
Search will be changing, trust me, with agentic AI. Agentic AI is going to make it much more pinpointed. And
because it's pinpointed to me, but it's not pinpointed to the thing I want. But I think it's doing that because it knows I'm going to buy more.
I think that it's going to get better.
You think
I
so?
really do, yeah.
Okay, I trust
agentic AI.
I trust you. Could you tell me what agentic AI is?
Oh, I've done several videos on it.
Talk to me like I'm an infant.
You start it'll start a conversation with you. What are you looking for today? What's the utility? What are the specific style tags? So you actually tell it what you're going to be using it for, and then it.
So I could say like, I need an astronaut uniform that is my exact size.
Well, and I'm going to be taking it to Mars.
And I'm going to take it, and then it would only show me astronaut uniforms.
And it needs to be, gothic or whatever.
And then it would only show me
so you could get really...
It's kind of specific.
Yeah. Because, ChatGPT just announced that they're going to start doing shopping through ChatGPT, and then you can check out through them. So you'll be able to do a conversation.
Oh, so you're calling this agentic AI?
Yeah. Focus on sustainability and vintage. The ability to sort of shop these amazing styles, be able to go back 30, 40 years and pick up styles and do it in a sustainable fashion is reshaping and really pushing resale as a mainstream shopping approach.
This administration has been using tariffs to further its economic policy. We've heard from many manufacturers, many different brands,
he doesn't like the
such as Nike, who recently called
I don't think it does because this is a new and
meaningful cost for the company. How have these policies, though,
it's probably doing better for
Poshmark on Poshmark and the business of the platform?
Well, what we are seeing is continued sort of rise in growth, but in particular, when you look at sort of more precious items. So, for example, Chanel totes have gone up just in May 30% month over month, or Dior bags.
Fun fact, statistically, when there is economic uncertainty, people are more likely to buy things that are luxury goods, things that they wouldn't necessarily buy otherwise. Usually, not the best and most financially savvy purchases, but they do. It happens a lot.
It's a psychology because it makes them feel good. They get that serotonin.
Well, it's this idea that I can't buy a house, I can't buy a car, I can buy that bag.
Oh, interesting.
Such as another 28% month over month. What you're seeing is that as people are looking at Poshmark, not just as a place to shop for authentic style and vintage stuff, but as a place to hunt for discounts, it really gives them an alternative to traditional shopping.
As we see these trade wars continue affecting supply chain.
I have a question about the discounts thing. As a seller, because I know that I'm mostly a buyer. I help my mom selling, but I mostly buy on Poshmark. When I'm buying, I notice that if I heart something, almost always the price will go down. They'll offer me a discount.
Offer, right?
How is that difficult as a seller? Like you automatically have to price higher.
Yeah.
Is that something that's annoying? That's frustrating.
You just build it into your price, knowing that you're going to make them an offer.
Also, when someone likes your thing, do you expect them to buy it? That's a good question. No,
and especially on places like Depop, you can make them an offer, they can accept your offer, and then never end up buying it.
Really?
That's really annoying.
I'm the type of person where if I if I give it a heart, I feel so bad about not purchasing it. Like if they give me a discount, I'm like, well, I have to buy it now, which well, that's the game. That's what you're doing. And I get it.
Depop users don't feel that way. Let me tell you.
Things affecting prices. How do you think that's going to affect the resale fashion market going forward?
Well, as you know, tariffs have been a changing piece. So some of it is sort of starting to show up in the economic data, and some of it will show up in the future. What we are doing really to respond to it is leading into what we do best, which is offering our shoppers and sellers more advanced tools that they can use, leveraging the power of AI. So it allows for a lot of people to get and participate in the act of selling. On the shopping side, we've introduced a live shopping format that allows people to look at the item, discover sort of in an entertainment format how they can shop. We've added the ability to take
I think it's that entertainment format specifically that I think is frightening to me.
Yeah, it's frightening to me too.
And quickly find items like that on Poshmark. So we are leaning into technology to help our sellers and shoppers leverage what they have in their closet and shop each other's closets.
And the resale market is in some ways a counterweight to the fast fashion industry, which is characterized by high turnover of styles, low cost products. Fast fashion is, of course, still very popular despite tariffs affecting shipping costs and that like. So how do you see the position of the resale fashion segment as it relates to the fast fashion industry?
If you think about the need for fast fashion, it really is on the fact that the clothing we are wearing is getting obsoleted for us at a very fast pace. You know, the styles are changing. We have micro trends happening. Sometimes it's Y2K, sometimes it's Barbie core, sometimes it's grandma core. So all of that forces.
I love seeing a gentleman in his 60s use the word grandma core. I just love it.
Well, again,
makes me chuckle a little bit.
Not to get too into the weeds here, but I think all these micro trends are indicative of a greater economic issue where we are being marketed like you have to conform in this way in order to be this fear of missing out, which we talked about in another video, in order to fit in, and then immediately it changes.
The style and trendy to kind of change their style. Well, another completely alternative way to do that is through resale, where you can circulate everything you have, get amazing products, get high quality products, mix and match, and restyle what you have, and do it in a way that's both, friendly to your wallet, but also friendly to the economy and sustainability. So resale offers a 180-degree alternative to fast fashion. And we believe it's a much better, much more stylish. And also one of the things that fast fashion doesn't offer that resale offers is uniqueness.
Barbie core, grandma core, I simply cannot keep up. Manish Chandra, founder and CEO of Poshmark. Thank you so much for joining us and breaking this all down.
Well, that was an interesting.
What do you think?
I think it was interesting. I mean, I just love listening to this guy talk about Barbie core. He's saying the word Barbie core and grandma core. That's hilarious.
Well, I think it's part of his job. I think something that's really interesting to me, this is our second video that we've watched today, is how a CEO of a company speaks about these trends versus someone who's concerned about the economy and their place in it. And not that either of them are right or wrong. I just think it's really interesting hearing how they talk about it from like a financial lens, like this is my product versus I use this product.
Right.
It's super interesting to me.
Right. All right. Well, thanks for reacting to this video with me, Lucie. It's nice to have you on our show.
Oh, shucks. No problem.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.